Breaking news. Supreme Court hearing. Omoyole Sowore calls for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. This one are the part of people wey don dey shout to even since June of 2021 when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. He was among those people who keep shouting, release this man, let him go, because he have not committed any single offense. Greetings to you all, my people. Welcoming you to this honorable broadcast or to this Obonga channel where we speak to you the undiluted truth. We do not propaganda. We only speak to the what do they call it? To the matters of the day or to the subject matter. So if you are never subscribed to my channel, I never think it is deemed fit for you to share any of my content. I want you to start doing that, because starting from now onwards, I'll be giving you people back-to-back broadcast. And my news is coming from the right platform. I don't propaganda and I don't give fake news. So anyone hearing my voice for the first time, I welcome you to this family where we treat everyone as equal. Whether you are big, small, rich or poor, everybody is being treated with the same manner. So we don't discriminate in my channel. So whichever way you approach my channel, whether you come with hatred, you will come with abuse, I will also do what? I will also reply to you in a rightful manner. I don't like to escalate things, and that is my motto. So my wonderful people, let us take the headlines. But before that, please turn on the notification button of your YouTube channel, so that you will be hearing or getting updates each time I go live or post something new on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Just in, this one is coming all the way from Sudan. First set of Nigerians living Sudan have arrived in Egypt. Glory be to God. Anywhere where you there, make it your what? Make it say glory be to God and clap your hand. ISWAP kidnaps 3 humanitarian workers and security guards in Bruno, in Meduguri. Security has improved under Buhari's government, presidency speaking. And I have question for this presidency, because this presidency is comprises of Lalai Mohammed, who we know that his life is out of this earth. Femi Adesina, the special head to Buhari, Garoba Shehu, El-Rufai, and the rest of them, they are the presidency. Then I want to ask you, is this security that improved in Nigeria, or do you have another country elsewhere? Because I can't remember the last time that people in Nigeria slept with their 2 eyes closed. It will always be with 1 eye closed and 1 eye open. That is how they have been sleeping for the past 8 years that this government come in control of the affairs of our country called Nigeria. So they are here now to tell us that we that is observing what is happening is fools, of course, from fool's paradise, according to Festus Akpamu. How can you tell me that security have improved under Buhari's government? How? Where? Even as of yesterday, a lot of people have been displaced from their ancestral homes. Yet, you appear here every time and every now and then to tell us that security have improved. My dear people, make una do what? Make una take them easy, because we know that what the people are fighting is for the interest of your parties, not for the interest of the poor masses out there. Not for the interest of those who queue online to collect their PVCs and also queue online to vote. Even a lot of people went into some scrutiny on the days of voting. Disenfranchisement and molestation and vote apathy all happened. Still yet, at the end of the day, you people will still come out and tell us that our opinion does not matter in whatever is happening in the country. Only the opinion of your party members is what matters. Anyway, let us see how this thing falls out. All this thing started one day, and one day it will surely end. Buhari was not aware of many promises made to Nigerians. In 2015, Femi Adesina have cried again. He have said this thing before. He is out again to tell us this same thing. And this same thing will also happen in this incoming administration, if at all they are being sworn in by the government of the day and by the court. Because most of all these promises that the spokesperson, the slice of FFK, Bayo Nonoga, Dela Lake, and Festus Akpamu, they keep making, Ajiboye and the rest of them, keep making on the internet for campaign sake. But at the end of the day, at the end of every of their tenure, they will come out now and begin to tell you that most of the promises that they made during campaign, that the president is not aware of it. That's what we keep hearing. Even since 1999 till dead. Well done. So my wonderful people, please make on attention on our seat belt, because we are about to take off this very, very punchy time. Let us start our news with what Omoyole Sowore says about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We know you are outspoken, but we don't know where you stand, whether you are green snake under green grass, or whichever way it is. We will not fail to bring what you say to the general public, so that they can also hear and listen, and also let their own view and what they think about it. The presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, which is AAC, Omoyole Sowore, on Thursday called for the release of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Sowore made this call while reacting to Kanu's appeal hearing before the Supreme Court today, being Thursday. Nigeria News had earlier reported that Kanu is appealing his continued detention at the Department of State Service DSS facility in Abuja. The IPOB leader on the 3rd of November 2022 filed an appeal against the decision of the Court of Appeal on 28th October of 2022. The appellate court had ruled against the execution of its earlier order acquitting Kanu of all charges and directing his release from the custody of the secret police. Sowore, in a post on his Twitter account, charged the Supreme Court to release Kanu from all charges, as the court of competent jurisdiction have already freed the young man. The presidential candidate, in his plea, asked the Supreme Court of Nigeria to demonstrate courage and release the IPOB leader. Sowore charged the Apex Court to stop the impunity of President Muhammadu Buhari flouting court orders or court rulings. He wrote at hashtag Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. The Supreme Court of Nigeria must demonstrate courage today and stop the impunity of the lawless, inhuman, and illegitimate Muhammadu Buhari flouting of court rulings. Let Mazi Kanu go home. Revolution starts now. This one is coming from Omoyole Sowore, the presidential candidate of African Action Congress, AAC. Just in, the first set of Nigerians leaving Sudan arrived in Egypt safely. Glory be to God. The first set of Nigerians, or first set of stranded Nigerians in Sudan reportedly arrived in Egypt on Thursday evening. The chairman of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, confirmed this while responding to a tweet on Twitter. According to her, the first set of our buses conveying the citizens arrived late in Aswan when they already closed the border, but they are expected to leave early in the morning and proceed thereafter to the airport, according to Dabiri Abike Erewa. The first set have arrived at the Aswan border in Egypt, but the border is already closed. They will leave early morning and then proceed to the airport, Dabiri Erewa noted, as saying, Nigeria News understand that the NIDCOM both revealed this while replying to one at Oluwabi Taiwo, who said on the micro-blogging platform that there shouldn't have been any problem after such bogus money was used for this emergency evacuation. We can't spend $1.2 million on buses for a simple drive through and have cases of abandonment anywhere, of course. It is not heard of, the citizen said. So Nigerians, when I don't hear waiting this Instagram handle I talk, because according to the news or information we got earlier on, is that the drivers driving our students from Khartoum going to Egypt stopped moving at the middle of the desert. The reason is that the Nigerian government have not paid them, and their company, which giving them the bus from Sudan, have instructed them not to move an inch until Nigerian government settles the whole thing. Whereby earlier on we have been told that $1.2 million have been paid or have been spent for the evacuation of Nigerians in Sudan. Then the question is, where is this money? how is it being spent and who approved this budget? Nigerians, are they here? ISWAP don kidnap 3 humanitarian workers and security guards, all in Borno, Maiduguri. The Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, have reportedly abducted 3 humanitarian workers and 2 security guards of the Family Health International in Borno State. Nigerians report that Family Health International 360 is a US-based non-profit human development and non-governmental organization, NGO, dedicated to improving the health and well-being of people in the Northeast. According to the message in a tweet via his Twitter handle on Wednesday, counter-insurgents expert Zagazola Makama said ISWAP fighters in their numbers invaded the NGO guest house in the early hours of Wednesday and whisked them away to an unknown destination. The security analyst in the Lake region disclosed that the victims included 3 staff and 2 security guards. Makama, however, said the organization has not released any statement since the news of the abduction broke out. This development comes a year after United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs said many health workers have either died, been injured, or been kidnapped in the Northeast. Worry as ISWAP step up plans to deploy drones for attack. Nigerians, on our way on, this one is what the incoming administration have to tackle and fight against. I tell my people, please let us be calm and see what this administration will do. Not that we are happy that the country is suffering, but the APC want to show us that the kind of politics they are playing is a dirty one, and that no any Nigerian citizen is going to survive their regime. We have seen it during the time of Muhammadu Buhari, and most of the youths who suffered in the last 8 years are still the one jumping up and down, shouting "Say Jagaban." I really want Buhari, or not Buhari, Tinubu to happen to Nigeria as the same way Buhari happened to Nigeria, so that we will come down to learn our different and respective lessons. Worry as ISWAP, they don't step up their plans to deploy drones for attacks. Okay, if your drones attack, then how do you kidnap? Because we know you people by kidnapping for ransom. So now you want to deploy drones for attack, something that Nigerian government have not done. You people have set up your game very well, and I know that the international community are the one behind all this. Let us proceed. There are fears that the dreaded Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, is preparing to deploy drones for attacks in the Lake Chad Basin. This was made known in a report by the Institute for Security Studies, ISS. Nigeria News report. According to ISS, ISWAP, in its attempt to carry out attacks on the test, plan to use unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, to fly impoverished explosive devices, that is IEDs, to targeted locations in Nigeria and neighboring countries. It noted that the Nigerian military had inflicted losses on Boko Haram factions, Jama'atu, Al-Is, Sunna, Leda and Wat, while Jihad, and ISWAP, forcing the latter to strategize. The ISS report, comprising an analysis of propaganda materials and interviews with former combatants and associates, revealed an elaborate use of communication technology. These include satellite phones, drones, social media, high-speed printers, laptops, cameras, Wi-Fi, clip-on microphones, walkie-talkies, and data comparisons and achieving software. All these things is what they are planning in place. That means we are about to see the worst of ISWAP and Boko Haram. Security has improved under Buhari's government presidency. The special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, on Thursday claimed that security in Nigeria has improved under Buhari's administration. According to Adesina, Nigeria's armed forces moved from 7th to 4th place rating in Africa. Speaking on Channels TV on Thursday, Adesina said security would have run over Nigeria if not for intervention of President Muhammadu Buhari. He said in 2014, Nigeria's armed forces were rated 7th in Africa regarding combat readiness and equipment. Today, we are 4th because the president has spent a lot in equipping the military, training and moral boosting. Our efforts were windless, as in 2015, the country had 4 or 5 serviceable aircraft. Do you know how many scores we have today, including Super Tucano and other sophisticated aircrafts? In terms of arming the military, this administration has done well, because if it did not, by now Nigeria would have been overrun by so many insecurity challenges, banditry, insurgents, and terrorism. Yes, it has done well, because it would have been worse as of 2015. How many bombs go off in Abuja daily? Could you go to church without being searched? Would you go to the recreational center without a bomb detector being used on you? The recreation places were also empty. You saw the last Salah about a week ago. You saw Doba, horse riding, and other celebrations, even in Borno State. That's in Borno. When I say this, I never hear you mention Southern Kaduna, where killings have been a normal thing on daily basis. On our way done, APC government. Buhari was not aware of many promises made to Nigerians in 2015 from Femi Adesina. The special advisor to the President Muhammadu Buhari on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, on Thursday said his principal has no knowledge of many political promises made to Nigerians in 2015. The question is, who made those promises? Are they not APC spokespersons? Are they not what is inside their manifesto that they promised, or do they promise outside your manifesto? The question there is, when all these promises are being made, it is out there on social media. Did any of you, the ones who call yourself presidencies or special advisors, come out and debunk those promises? The answer is no. The same Femi Adesina who come out and tell us that President Muhammadu Buhari is never ill, that his sickness has nothing to do with his regime, came out the other day to also let us know before our faces that President Muhammadu Buhari's sick travelings that he had for the past 8 months affected his tenure. From the same side of the mouth, you are speaking all this. Liars from the pit of hell. The presidential media head submitted that many campaign promises were flying around in 2015, and many of them didn't officially originate from Buhari, who was then a candidate of All Progressive Congress. Then who made the promises? Speaking on Thursday during an appearance on Channels TV Sunrise Daily, Adesina stated that there were a lot of rash promises from some support groups that were being passed off as parties' manifestos, but we are not officially documents or utterances. He added that when he assumed as a media head and asked the president about some of them, Buhari told him he knew nothing about them. What happened in 2015 was that there was a rush of documents passing off as the party's manifesto. Adesina said, he added that you didn't know which one was from the party or a support group. For instance, there was a document, 100 things Buhari will do in 100 days. It was when I resumed as his media advisor that I asked him about that document, and he knew nothing about it. I'm not strictly a party person, so I do not know if some promises are part of the manifesto, but I know that each party will have promises before being elected into power, and whoever is elected to power must key into those promises. What I'm telling you is that as of 2015, there were various types of documents which even the party didn't know about, because there were many support groups who came out with their own promises. Medicine after death. For the past 8 years, you say you are just assumed office. That means immediately he was elected as the president. You assumed office 2015, and he's asking about all these things. You didn't say it. It was at the last 9 minutes that he's about to leave office next month. You come out to tell us. Then you want us to believe you. Femi Adesina, it shall never be well with you and your entire generation. That is our prayers and our cause upon your generation. And so shall it be upon every head in this administration that make life miserable for the whole Nigerians, both home and abroad. However, when asked about some of the official pre-election pledges that could be traced back to Buhari, additional blamed economic realities for the inability of the president to fulfill some of them. A country can only spend the money it has. It can't spend the money it doesn't have. When the realities of the economy change, you have to adjust and do what you are able to do according to the realities of the economy, he said. This one is coming from the so-called Femi Adesina, who cares more to defend what is not defendable. We have seen you and we have seen what you are up. You understand? Yes, we have seen what you are out there to do. How you are defending your principle. That is what you are being paid to do. So there's no point we arguing with you. You have been there and you can still be there. I don't know whether this administration will still choose you. But if the facts and the bottom line still remain that APC, President Muhammadu Buhari, and all that work under him failed the whole country. And we can still say it over and over again that this country do what? This country is in a deep, they're about to witness another tsunami. If they ever allow this impunity of election to continue. Shehu Sani leads expanded war Buhari is leaving behind for Tinubu. Okay, let us read one of those wars that he is leaving for the incoming administration or the president-elect of INEC, not formally elected by the people of the country. Former senator representing Kaduna Central, Shehu Sani, has said security must be top agenda of the incoming administration of President-elect Bola Tinubu. Nigeria report that People's Democratic Party PDP chieftain in a post via Twitter on Thursday disclosed that Tinubu will inherit an expanded war with Boko Haram, Ansaru, ISIS, and banditry and also gunmen. According to the former lawmaker, President Muhammadu Buhari inherited Boko Haram, which he fought in the northeast. He wrote, "The president of Nigeria inherited a war with Boko Haram insurgents, which he fought in the northeast, and he is leaving behind for his successor an expanded war with Boko Haram, ISIS, Ansaru, gunmen, and bandits. Security must be top agenda of the next administration. Otherwise, my dear, you are going nowhere." Shehu Sani in the same hand carpets Umahi. Meanwhile, the Shehu Sani has berated the governor of Ebonyi State, therefore Umahi, for naming the newly constructed international airport in the state after President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes, the question is, what has this man done? And what is that achievement to be named an airport after him? I don't know how my people reason. Simply because he is your paymaster. That is why you did that. Do you tell me that even if you do good to the Ebonyi State people, but be rest assured that they will never forgive you, even the southeastern region as a whole, for what you have done to their land? Sani insisted that it was sycophantic and immoral to name 2 airports in the country after Buhari. Okay, they have named one already after him. It's okay. Nigeria recalled that the Ebonyi State government said it has secured approval from the federal government to carry out an inaugural test flight at the new international airport, Omoyole. The airport was named after President Muhammadu Buhari. Reacting to the development via his Twitter handle on Thursday, Sani urged Buhari to respectfully decline the offer, adding that there are other renowned individuals such as late Chinua Achebe, Emeka Anyokun, Victoria Ironsi, or Odumegwu Ojukwu that the airports could be named after. And that is the simple truth. Shehu Sani, before I used to disagree with you, but this one, I quite agree with you 100%. Because sometimes you make sense, sometimes you don't make sense. But in this one, I agree with you 100%. You have done well. That is what is this man supposed to do. We have a lot of prominent men, heroes who have fallen. Agui Ironsi is there. Odumegwu Ojukwu and many more. Even Nnamdi Azikiwe have already have one in Abuja. How can you name President Muhammadu Buhari as what? What have you achieved in the last 8 years? Other than anxiety. Anyway, my wonderful people, please, I don't want to stress much on this very issue. They know the best. After all, he's a paying master, so he's ready to do whatever they want to please them. And that is exactly why he did that. I mean, whether I will call it mistake or deliberately, but whichever way it is, my dear brothers and sisters, make on please enjoy on a day, because this news have come to an end. I just want to use this opportunity and also medium to appeal to my brothers and sisters out there who have been watching my program for some years now without not subscribing. Well, your views is also important, and your subscribing also important. Endeavor to subscribe, do all the necessary things to make sure that what you join this moving train, because we are moving at the right direction and we are moving to the permanent side. You will also have your blessings as I pray for you on daily basis, and my Chukwu, that's my Chi, Chukwu Okabiam, on your premier, will bless the words of your hand and locate you at the point of every of your needs. And that are my prayers for each and every one of us out there. Have a nice day, my people. May the Almighty God, who is in heaven, who sees all, bless us, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I am signing out. Have a nice day, my people. Bye for now. Que mesiano.